Well, I actually thought this was the last video on the card drawer 9 through 16, but I'm wrong. It was getting a little too long. I had to stop it again. Um, I was so confident this was the last time, this was it, that I actually changed the title from being done to almost done. In any case, this should be this one, and one more should be it for this card drawer. And I don't think I'm going to show you any more on the last card drawer, 17 through 24, because you've seen everything at this point now. So, without further ado, let's take a look at one of the last parts of, or actually the Dolby section, mostly the Dolby section of this card drawer 9 through 16. All right, let's see if you can understand this one here. This is that extra bracket that was placed in, and you'll see there's three tie wraps. That is tie wrapping this loom backwards bundled together, the loom to this bracket, okay? The bracket then is screwed into the other bracket, 1, 2, and 2 screws that are hidden back in here, okay? Not touching that ribbon. But there's 2 screws back there, 2 screws here. There's those 4 screws hold this in. There's insulators here, so when the wire comes in, it doesn't touch anything, or doesn't get cut on the metal. Okay, and then all these looms are going to lie in this channel here, and it's screwed in with 3 screws, 1, 2, 3 right here, down to this rail, the bottom rail there. And all these cables then are going to ride inside here and plug into here and plug in, just plug into here, because then the Dolby section, the Dolby card, will then ride on the screw down here and over here, and it's going to hinge into those places like that. So that's how it hinges down, but it sits above this after this is all in here. So this section's now in. This is tied tight so that when it goes in and out, it doesn't connect to anything. That's what this ribbon deal was behind here. So it binds to the thing so it can go in, this drawer can go in and out without anything getting held up. All right, and we'll plug up connectors next. All right, so here we are, plugged back up together, or plugged back up all the audio feeds, okay? And I know I've gone over this before, but I'll just do this real quickly now, because this here is the 9 through 16 card drawer, okay? So we have a row of 9, okay? 9, 10, 11, and 12 on the top. 13 through 16 on the bottom. So 9 through 12 on the top, 13 through 16 on the bottom. And they go in simply line in, okay? This is the Dolby interface that's not plugged in yet. So that's the interface card. Next one over is record, playback, erase. So line 9, record 9, playback 9, erase 9. Line 10, Dolby, record, playback, erase. Line, record, playback, erase. Erase. Line, record, playback, erase. Down here, we start off with 13. Line in 13. Line in and out, actually. Record, playback, and erase of 13. This is 14. Okay, line in and out. Record, playback, erase. 15. Record, or line in and out. Record, playback, and erase of 15. And the last one, 16. Line in and out. record, playback, and erase. And again, these empty spots you see here are for the Dolby section, which is coming in next. That's the next thing we're going to put in. I have to put in this front section, this front drawer here, because the Dolby section will go between here and the front drawer, and that's how it hinges up and down. All right, we'll continue on in the next video. Okay, so once again, we got a broken solder joint. This is the power distribution board with the fuses for the second card drawer. And this one right here is broken again. But we're going to redo all of these things here. So I'm going to put a little bit of flux basically on all of these joints right here. Just a little bit. Make it flow a little better. Like that. We're going to redo every one of these joints just to play it safe. A little more here. Okay. So let's reflow these joints starting down here with the broken one. And we're just going to zip through. And I could probably fast forward this for you. Okay, now, being that this is the power board, it's probably a wise thing to do. Let me flip it around. And it's probably going to be wise to resolder, or reflow, I should say, the fuse holders, because this is where the power is going to come into those connectors and go through these fuse holders before it actually gets out to the card cage itself. So since we're here, and since there was one bad solder joint there, two if you consider the first drawer had the same thing we're going on, we're going to reflow all those fuse holders right now. And again, I'll speed up through this for you. All right, that looks pretty good for this board. I don't see any reason to do any other ones, but a couple of these coils here maybe. We'll just give it a little bit. Just to play it safe. Anything that looks a little bit dodgy, but... And that's it. This connector looks perfect. No sense doing that. And I think we have it. I think that's it for this board. All right, this is the basis board for the noise reduction system. And what we're going to do here is we're going to recap this. Okay, there's actually these 4 caps over here. And what we're going to do is pull them all out. All right, because again, I have the drawing of this now, and so I'm just going to make sure I get a little additional solder here on these, because it's going to pull them like that. So I'm going to take these caps, heat them, and remove them. Like that, and All right. Now, let me pause this, get the thing and clean those joints. Okay, I forgot to turn the camera on. So I'm sure you see me before with the solder sucker. I pulled out all the solder on these things, on these on these holes. So now we're just going to place them back into the board here. All right, and just go like this, negative going down this way, positive up there. Just the 322s and the 220 with the positive up here and the negative on the right hand side. All right, flip this little board over as soon as I untangle it from where it's tangled at. And get these all out of the way. Pull these up a little bit, it's starting to fall down. And we'll solder those 3 in. Or excuse me, 4. Solder those 4 caps in. All right, let's get rid of those leads. And we'll just clean this board up a little bit and we will be done. It's now recapped and it can be placed back into the card cage and we can start putting the card cage back together. And I'll show you a little bit of that as I'm doing that. For now, here we go. Okay, so here's the frame. And what we're going to do now is place the basis boards. Notice that the connector's going in because that's where the cards are going to plug at. And we're going to place the basis boards right on top like that. All right, and then get this whole weirdness of screws ready here. Because where there is not a bar, there's a screw with a star washer. So right here, screw with a star washer. Find another one here. And down at the other end, there'll be a screw with a star washer. All right. We're also going to have another screw with a star washer below that one. And finally, there should be one more screw. There's the star washer. Just got to find the screw now. There we go. And that one should go down in this corner. Now, the other ones will get this little bar in place like that. And they take a screw with a Belleville washer. And let's speed this up too. Okay, so now we'll just tighten them all up. All right, now to put this other board in, the fuse board, it's going to be a little trickier. So what we're going to do here is we're going to tape a screw and washers, because there's a Belleville and then a flat washer. We're going to tape it to our hex wrench. And we're going to get our board with its little protective cover here. I'm going to slide it down in there. And place it on there. And then we're going to go through here. Let's see if we can locate. Ouch. Let's try this again here. We can locate our standoffs. That's what we want to do here. All right. And what we'll do is we'll put a little locating thing in here. So that's locating that standoff. And then we'll go in here into that hole and hope to catch this standoff. Which we haven't done. All right. All right, to put this board in now, what I've done is I've taped a screw, Belleville washer, and flat washer to the hex wrench. I've put the awl through the hole, through the plastic, into the standoff, and that's now aligning that bottom one perfectly. So this one's going to come in through the top, go in there, and should be able to start our screw and take our tape off. There we go. And hopefully with one in, it'll get a little easier, but I can't promise. I can see that drops down a little bit. All right, so we'll try the same thing with another one. Tape the screw, Belleville washer, and flat washer to the hex wrench. Put that all in there. I'm going to go in and into the standoff. And that worked. So we can pull that one out. And if we're real lucky, we can get down there and do that one. Now this one's going to be a little trickier because it's got just enough room on the plastic piece. So I'll make this a little tiny here and slide it in. There I am on the plastic piece now. And I might have to just lift or move it a little bit. No, that one's going to be stubborn. Now what we're going to have to do is flip this entire thing down. So pause here for a second. Okay, so there's all 4 in there. I didn't get that, but now all I've got to do is tighten them all tight. This one down here was a little trickier because this one has a star washer to bite in to the circuit board and ground it. And that's it. Well, that's a lot of stuff there. Really, we're just talking about soldering and putting things together, but that Dolby section is now done. And in the next video, we'll plug everything together and actually screw it back into the card drawer and close that card drawer. It will be done. So, thank you again for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And click on the bell for notifications, and I'll let you know when the next one is coming out. Till that time,